Eastern PA Weather Authority Meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for October 6, 2016 for your Thursday. Pretty much the carbon copy of yesterday. The only difference is we're going to have very little in the way of wind, and that's because this high pressure is now going to be sitting just about on top of the area. So pretty much carbon copy of yesterday. Very nice afternoon, mostly sunny conditions again. Nary a cloud in the sky, and very calm winds and not much of a breeze. So that's going to be what we're looking for today, and it's going to be a great day to play hooky if you're so inclined to do so. Moving forward here on Friday, let's look at Friday morning. This high pressure is now going to move off to the east. You can see it right here. That's going to allow for partly cloudy skies, partly sunny, whatever you want to call it. So a little more way in the clouds moving in. This is not going to be completely sunny. But still a nice day overall. Temperatures are going to increase a little bit from what they were yesterday by a couple degrees. This down here in the bottom of your picture right here, this is Hurricane Matthew. Now, over the past week to 10 days, this has been modeled to do a number of different things. But it does look like we're finally coming into agreement of what's going to happen. And unfortunately, for the southeastern U.S. coastline from Florida all the way up to North Carolina, that is not good news for them. But it is good news for us here locally. But I know a lot of you have family and friends, maybe some vacation homes down here in the Florida Peninsula all the way up North Carolina. So this is of vested interest to you. So we're going to go through this. First of all, we're going to show you what this looks like currently, the time we did this video. This system has moved over the eastern tip of Cuba. This is Hurricane Matthew. This is a visible satellite imagery. Moved over the eastern tip of Cuba and just came up here like this. Is moving to the northwest and has reformed an eye and is getting stronger. You see the convection blowing up around the center here. This is going to continue to intensify, unfortunately, as it makes its way through the Bahama Island chain here. This is all very low elevation islands here that are not going to disrupt the flow of the hurricane as it moves in. Even if it does move over one of these little islands here, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that. The closest would be the main island here where Nassau is, and that would be the your chance for any hope, any semblance of hope for any kind of weakening. But even there, I don't think it's going to be a worry as far as getting this thing to lose strength anyway. So I do think it's going to maintain at the very least, but I do think it's going to increase possibly to a Category 4 hurricane before landfall. And that does look like, as we go to a different image here, it's going to be somewhere on the east coast of Florida, somewhere anywhere between, best guess is probably at north of Fort Lauderdale, but maybe up to about Cape Canaveral. Anywhere in between there is still a viable landfall point. And this thing does not have to make landfall in order to produce really great impacts. So even if it doesn't make landfall and it just grazes the coast all the way up, like this particular model shows, you're still going to have hurricane wind gusts that are going to extend back inland a pretty bit. So this is going to devastate this entire area that I outlined here. From here to the coast is going to be absolutely devastated in this track. So let's hope this is not right. But unfortunately, the models are starting to come to an agreement of this, of at least a graze or possible landfall along East Florida. And again, that's up to this one here showing somewhere near Melbourne or Cape Canaveral, somewhere in that area. And then it just continues to ride the coast, right along the coast. So this is a look at, this is now looking at Friday evening, and you can see it off the coast of Jacksonville here. And in the next frame, it's pretty much just east of Savannah, Georgia. So, and it continues up the coast in this manner. This is near Charleston at this point, just absolutely wrecking the coastline. Takes it all the way up to almost Myrtle Beach here. By Saturday morning. It was getting close to noon on Saturday. And then it finally, once it gets up to about Wilmington, North Carolina, starts to move a little bit more east-northeastward. So the Outer Banks get it pretty hard here at this point. Maybe even southeast of Virginia to Virginia Beach area. Maybe the Chesapeake Bay Bridge up in that area. That might be the furthest north you can see impacts. But then it starts to move away. Might even loop a little bit. Some models have showed that. But regardless, anything north of that area here, right about here, would be the furthest we see impacts. Of course, our area is above that line, so we're not expecting local impacts from Matthew directly or indirectly. However, as we get into Saturday, we're going to move this ahead a little bit. You're going to see this hurricane pop into the picture here and move up the coast. We will have a trough axis is going to be moving in. This is a cold front that's sitting back here. Along this cold front, there'll be showers and storms. There might be a little feed that comes in here into central PA that some of the models have indicated that moves northward, and that would be overnight Friday night, early Saturday morning ahead of the cold front. And then as it moves eastward, as Matthew continues to move northeastward, this band will then weaken as it heads eastward and kind of fizzle a little bit. And you can see that in the next couple frames here. What ends up happening is this system is so strong that it just steals any energy from the front here and consolidates it, with the hurricane itself. So it doesn't look like a whole lot of precipitation. Best chance for central PA, maybe up to a half inch there, but further east, you're probably talking about a tenth or 2/10 of an inch. Just kind of showery stuff here in this area. Not a real big deal. We're not talking about windy conditions here either. That's going to be closer to the hurricane down south here. Very dire situation for these guys down here. So again, if you have any family down there, and just make sure they heed any evacuation orders, take them seriously. This is a very, very bad situation for a lot of real estate. This could if this winds up taking this path as shown, would be challenging the costliest hurricane damage on record, and we don't need any of that. But really, not much we can do about it except just keep your fingers crossed. So then next week we have this trough that's going to come in here. It's going to come in here on Sunday. And high pressure is going to be sitting right over top of the area. We're going to have mostly sunny skies to start next week. It's actually starting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. We're going to have very pleasant conditions. Temperatures are going to actually be slightly below normal for this time of year. So it'll be a refreshing change for our area. And then we'll start the cleanup process here along the coast here, because I'm sure they're going to have to be battered pretty badly. Anywhere from Florida, again, all the way up to North Carolina. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for October 6th, 2016. Have a great Thursday.